How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to SeaBed. Now, last time we were here, we followed Sachiko and what's her name? Tamako, I think, or is it Tamako? Okay, I won't get to it. I'm still learning their names. I'm sorry. But we're in a memory of where they went to France, probably for their after graduation trip, which is freaking awesome, man. Okay, my biggest dream in life is to be able to travel and see the world. As you probably guessed, I've gotten quite affection for wanting to go see the East. I would love to go to Japan, to South Korea, to China. Like, those are places that are really high on my list now, just because I love learning about the culture there. I find that the language very fascinating, and like the history and the religion and everything that was going on over there. It's just so different from what I grew up with. It's something I really am excited to experience someday, and I plan to make that happen. But I've always also wanted to go to Europe. I mean, that's where my ancestors are from. I've got a lot of cultural ties to it. It's something I've always wanted to do. France, I don't know. I think I'd really want to start in the UK, but you know, I'd still love to go see France, Germany, Italy. I'd even love to go to places like Israel and the Middle East, although that gets a little scarier just because there is so much conflict there. Regardless, though, I'm jealous because I never got a chance to travel beyond the borders of the United States. I've done a decent amount of traveling in the United States. I even went to Hawaii with my family, but when I was going to take a trip through college, I was going to take this like really cool, I think it was supposed to be like a 3 or 4 week like grand tour of Europe. We were going to like start in southern Italy, work our way up to Germany, and then go to France, and end in the UK and Ireland. Like, it was going to be an amazing trip, just like shotgunning all the cool historical sites and everything. Not literally, like I mean more like we were just gonna go place to place and just explore a lot in a very short amount of time, just to get a really cool experience. For a decent price. And I saved up the money, everything was set to go, and then literally like 2 weeks before we were going to leave, I tore my ACL, had to have surgery, I was on crutches when the rest of the team left. And so, like, I missed my shot. And after that, I ended up getting married, and, you know, financially, it became something that was not possible. However, we're working really hard, we've started saving money now that we finally got ourselves settled down, so hopefully, in the next couple of years, we're going to be able to start trying to travel again. This time with my family, which will be amazing. But for now, this is the closest I'll get, so I'm going to enjoy it as best I can. I also want to note, last time I was commenting about like how the food they were eating and like all the stuff that they were doing. I've had a thought since then. Tomoko, or whatever her name is, the girl whose name is in green. I've got a theory. I don't know if this is quite right or not. However, it kind of occurred to me that she doesn't seem to talk to anybody else. Sachiko definitely ends up talking to other people, but her friend, I just don't know. Like, is she real? Because it kind of occurred to me, it's like, how interesting of a ploy would it be? Because remember they talked about how like they got the picture and we got the screenshot of them riding on the tube, and like we had like, and the green-haired girl had her peace sign, but then she fell off. And they were casually mentioned as like, oh, she might not even be in the photo because she fell off right at the time. That could be one of those ways that like they cleverly work that in. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, let's continue on and explore southern France. There she is. Takako. I was very close. Takako jumped onto the pier as our fishing boat drew closer to the shore. As the boat began slowing down, I threw Takako the backpack with our things. Well, maybe she is there. Takako caught it without a problem. I picked up my handbag and stepped onto the pier next to her, my sandals pressing against the old wood with a dry creak. This place looks nice. Takako glanced around the island we just reached. We were at a small inlet of an island, a short boat ride away from the port. Ooh, this was fun. Judging by the size and arrangement of the ancient planks all over the place, I assumed the pier we walked on to be handmade. The water below the white wood was clear and translucent. One could easily spot bright red coral lining the seabed, all visible to the naked eye. Man, that sounds beautiful. That does sound a lot like Hawaii, honestly. Like the blue of the open ocean, especially in the more tropical zones, Like, it's something else. Like, it's weird. It almost looks fake because you see it so much on like TV and stuff, and it's just like it's so different from what you would experience if you go to a lake or a river. As I continue down to the pier towards the beach, I hear the engine of the boat whirling to life behind me. I turn around and see Takako exchanging a few words with the captain, then the boat drifted away. Takako waved the boat goodbye before making her way back to me, the dry wood of the pier creaking under each of her steps. I'd love to go swimming right away, but I think we should first find a place to leave our bags at. Takako jerked her shoulders to fix the position of her bag. Good point. I think it's this way. Takako pointed towards the wooded area opposite from the sea, made up mostly of ferns and palm trees. There was barely visible dirt road leading into it. There should be another wider beach beyond those and past the cape. Jungly. Ooh, nice. We parted the veil of greenery to see the cape beyond it. I could hear the lively sow? I'm not sure. Maybe that's a word I'm just not familiar with, but it doesn't look. I don't know. The lively slosh of the waves. I'm gonna say slosh. The beach on the other side was expansive and covered entirely in white virgin sand. Oh. Causing me to squint at the light reflected in it. Have you ever been to a white sand beach? It's incredible. Like, it's so soft, and it gets everywhere, of course, but it's like, it almost doesn't feel grainy, because it's just it's like, so minuscule. And the crazy thing is, like a soft beach like that, that's formed from, like, dead coral reefs. Like, that's where it comes from, essentially. At least, I'm pretty sure that's where it comes from. Don't quote me on that. I think I heard that on a recent documentary, but I'm not 100% on that. A few light clouds languidly drifted across the sky. Crystal blue waves beat against the bright sand. Sachi, over here. I followed Takako down the grassy hill. The sand rasped... Oh, so she said that. She's like, Sachi, over here. The sand rasped under the soles of my sandals. The beach on this side was shaped like a big croissant, surrounded by high reefs on one side and the forest on the other. I think this place is in a lot of pictures. The sea reflected both the blue of the sky and the green of the trees as it extended as far as the eye could see. Right in the middle, I noticed a roof. Ooh. It belonged to a small wooden water cottage with a thatched roof in the middle of the sea, connected to the shore by a sturdy-looking pier. It also had a flower bed of large red flowers on the side of its door. Dang, how much money did these girls have? This sounds awesome! Opening the door, Takako stepped inside. The small room housed a double bed with a curtain, a couch, a table, a few chairs, and everything else to satisfy our furniture-related needs. All of the articles were in the country style, giving the impression of dryness. I've never been to a water cottage before. Did you book this? Remember Mr. Tokuda from the yacht? He lent it to us. Takako opened the fridge and inspected its contents as she replied. Thirsty? Yes. You okay with booze? Whoa. As long as it's not strong. Otherwise, water it down a bit, okay? I imagine booze doesn't taste good anyway. Watering it down sounds like it would taste even worse. Takako threw her rucksack on the bed and came to my side with 2 glasses of beer in her hands. Here. After handing one of the glasses over, she gestured towards me with the other. Our glasses met with a cheery click. Just casually drinking a beer. Oh, there she goes. I was resting on the sheet while watching Takako play around, doing a combination of cartwheels, backflips, and then backward somersaults, but her hand slipped on the last one she landed on her bum. Hey, stop that! I don't need you hurting yourself. I gave her an indignant look as she came closer. Her silhouette blocked the bright sun, putting me in her shadow. She had fairly impressive abs for her age. Well, not that we can see, but sure, I believe that they're there. I'll go take a swim. Have fun. And there she goes. She began running towards the sea, then stopped midway, came back. And sat down next to me on the sheet in the shade of the trees. Hand's too hot. She was rubbing the soles of her feet, trying to cool them off. Need a pair of sandals? I gave the pair lying next to me a glance. Takako considered the sandals for a moment, then shifted her gaze to the sea. It won't matter once they reach the water. She stood up. I'll go take a swim. Have fun. I'm having a sense of deja vu. Let's go swimming together later. Sure. She dashed across the sand-covered beach towards the sea, like the The curse of being in a warm place it's fun to swim in. I lay down on my sheet. The leaves of the palms above me were swaying in the wind, occasionally giving a few glimpses of the blue sky beyond them. Sachi! Looking in Takako's direction, I saw her trying to keep her balance among the green waves as she attempted to put the water goggles on her face. She appeared to be saying something, but the sound of the waves drowned it all out. Uh-oh. Please tell me this doesn't go south. I can't hear you. There's some really beautiful fish and corals in here. As I cocked my head, Takako shouted in a louder voice. Seemingly satisfied that I waved back at her, she put her goggles back on and dived down into the waves again. Be careful. Like, oceans can be bad. Like, you've got to be very careful. I mean, considering this is in kind of a cove, undertow's probably not as big of an issue. But then again, like, it's just, like, that's why it's always good to make sure that you're within sight and sound of somebody else. Like, I'm guessing this beach doesn't have any lifeguards or anything, so, like, you gotta be on the buddy system here. Because, I mean, like, here's the thing, like, you gotta remember, people who are genuinely drowning, not people who are, like, kind of scared. People who are scared and worried might shout and cry, but people who are genuinely drowning can't scream because they're drowning. Like, most people don't really think about that, but, like, if you're in the process of drowning, your lungs are filling with water. You cannot, like, call for help. So that's why the lifeguards are so critical, because lifeguards need to be watching for people who look like they're in trouble, because it's more important for what they see than what they hear. So just FYI, if you ever go, like, swimming anywhere, like, never go swimming alone, unless you are extremely comfortable swimming for long periods of time in case something happens. And oceans are particularly dangerous because of currents that you can't see. Rivers too. Gosh, you're just safety counsel here. Sorry. I guess I've just seen too many close calls. And I've known enough lifeguards to know that these things really happen, and they happen for more than you would probably think. As Takako disappeared with a splash, the sea returned to its prior calm state. The light tropical breeze disturbed the leaves and the water's surface, carrying a pleasant kind of humidity and warmth. Splash! I absentmindedly observed the somewhat boisterous calm of the tropical sea as Takako's face popped out of it, sending a spray of water into the sky. She's quite a distance away from where she had initially submerged. Uh-oh, that's a warning sign. Be careful. I caught it! Takako began walking toward me, her legs piercing through the underwater currents. She was carrying a large blue fish. Why would you pick up a fish out of the water? That was this huge fish! She dangled it in front of me. How did you catch it? I was gazing at the distance and the shadow fell on my face. It was Takako's face, who had gone to explore the island, that blocked my sun. Her hands reached out to me. It looks good on you. I touched my head to find a hibiscus crown on it. Nice. I found a cave down there. Want to go see? She gave me her hand and pulled me up. I think it'd be better if you put your sneakers on. As I was about to pull my sand-covered sandals, Takako placed my sneakers next to them. Are you trying to take me someplace dangerous? Not really, but it's surrounded by cliffs. You might step on a shell along the way. I put on my sneakers while Takako picked up her thin beach coat. It smells fishy to me. Okay. I just don't want to get bit by a bug. I can't tell who's talking here. Maybe Sachiko says this smells fishy to me because she's worried it's like a trap or something. I just want to get bit by bugs. How far is it anyway? About 20 minutes or so on foot, I think. I mean, they did say you could go around this entire island in less than an hour. She glanced at her hand-drawn map. I leaned close to inspect the color of her coat and smelled the citrus-like fragrance of an anti-bug spray. Yeah, that's a good smelling bug spray. Most of mine smells like crap. Like teeth. Like, bleh. We attracted the cliffs on the other side of the cave, but we passed on our way to the beach, finding ourselves at what looked like a dead end surrounded by reefs. Is this really the correct way? If you go along that cliff, you should be able to pass along the sea. I think. Maybe it got sunk at high tide or something. Wait. Takako went toward the cliff she was pointing at earlier. She stepped on a neighboring patch of water and kept walking. She took on a few careful steps before turning back to me. I think we can pass through this. I followed her soles of my sneakers splashing at our slightly submerged bridge. Soon enough, we found ourselves in an expansive area on the other side of the cliffs. It was a huge shoal beach. A long bridge of sand extended into the sea in an arc. Oh, okay, yeah. So that's where like the sand is kind of mounded up right beneath the surface. I've never seen anything like this before. Should have brought my camera. Takako gazed into the distance. She then continued onward, stepping on slightly submerged sand as she scrutinized the map in her hands. The sound of the waves felt more distant than before, the splashing of water below our feet drowning it out. The clouds drifted along the sky sluggishly in a chaotic pattern. As I walked on, gazing at the emerald green sea, I suddenly felt like waves on its surface were drawing closer and closer to us. Takako? Uh-oh. Yeah? A drop of cold water landed on my head. Ooh. Before we knew it, a huge shadow covered the beach we were on. I glanced at the sky to see a massive storm cloud passing over us. That could be bad. Ah, man. Pit-pat, pit-pat. A few ripples extended across the surface of the sea, and the next moment, it seemed as though the waterfall had exploded above us. Let's go to the woods! Takako grabbed my hand and pulled me inland. Well, that sure came out of nowhere. I'm all drenched now. I wonder if it's a squall. I feel like it feels like a typhoon. We left our things on the open back in the beach. Yeah. Raindrops pattered against the leaves, giving us the impression that someone was playing drums over our heads. Through the foliage above us, I could see a cloud sparkling white as sun rays pierced it. Takako sneezed. It's you! Oh, hello. Jeez. That's getting a little close. I'm freezing. Just don't catch a cold in a place like this. As I leaned against a tree waiting for this to pass, Takako suddenly came close to me and pressed herself against me. Ooh boy. It's warmer like this. Hey. She pressed her... Jeez. This took a 180 quick. She pressed her breasts against mine. I could feel their softness through the swimsuit, our warmth blending together. As I had nowhere to escape with this tree trunk behind me, Takako began rubbing her body against me. Holy crap! Settle down, Takako. She kissed me on the mouth, still pressing against me. Was this consensual? It doesn't feel consensual. I hope it is. Just for a little bit, please. I might really catch a cold if I get any colder. Yeah, see, this is seeming a little... Come on, don't be creepy. Takako smiled at me. Guessing it's not their first foray into this. The leaves suddenly rustled behind her and she turned around. I spotted something that looked like a big spider crawling along the ground, causing all my muscles to tense up for a moment. Oh, it's just a coconut crab. But as I looked closer, I realized it was just one of those crabs I'd already seen all over this island. Hold it, until we find our way back at least. I pushed Takako away. Jeez, it's your fault. See, okay, so obviously they're in that kind of a relationship by this point. Ooh. Takako gave the patch of grass the coconut crab had disappeared into an indignant glance. As I fixed my swimming suit, Takako gave her map a careful look before inspecting the island through the crack in the trunk. I can see the cliff from here, so I feel we're close. I think we can go a bit farther and head into the rain in the cave. That's a good idea. I don't know. Cave sounds like a bad place. Thick foliage protected us from most of the rain, but a few cold drops still sunk through, falling on my neck. Takako pressed forward, pushing fern leaves out of her way. Ah! She stumbled on the root of the grass moss-covered tree, but I caught her from behind. Look where you go, jeez. Thanks. We continued forward, fighting the leaves in our way. Are you sure we're going in the right direction? I think it's just over there. I followed her gaze. Almost completely hidden by the surrounding greenery of our moss fern trees, we came upon the cave entrance. How did you even find this? Come on. Takako jumped down from the rocky upper ground we were on and extended her hand toward me. I think it was a part of her plan from the beginning. Like, I mean, maybe she finally did a little homework before we did this excursion. I slowly climbed down as well, but my foot slipped on the wet surface. I fell straight into Takako's arms. Oh, you're so soft. Oh, cut it out. Jeez, Takako, calm down. It's fine. She's already given you permission later on. As we descended into the cave, now protected by the sturdy roof and sound of the rain grew more distant. It's a lot more spacious than I thought. I could hear the sound of dripping water from somewhere. We noticed countless tunnels in all shapes and sizes, a bit further down. Some were too small even for a person to squeeze through. Others were large enough for a car to fit. I love going through caves. Caves are awesome. They form into a complex layout like weathered lava stones. Takako shot a few quick glances around the vicinity as she pressed forward. Is there something else you wanted to show me? There should be some fireflies here. You mean glowworms? That's what I was told. You wanted to see them, right? I saw a puddle of water right where she was stepping. Takako, wait. What? Her foot sank into the water. I was trying to tell you to be careful. Dang. There were countless gashes on the rocks where we were walking on, and some of them were filled with translucent water. A few seemed deep enough to swallow you whole. They could be. I've been in a few caves where they have just like these inexplicable little channels that just drop 20 feet. The road into the cave was leading further and further down below. I can barely see anything anymore. Now that's more like it. This is dangerous. I think we should turn back. Let's just go a little further. Takako's voice reverberated across the countless tunnels, growing too garbled for me to make out. Oh. Whoa, that looks cool. Did you say something? I stopped and looked at her. Look! There seemed to be a light above a large black rock further down. I could see a few trees and a patch of white sky through the hole in the rock wall. A stream of water trickled down to the cave, splashing down like a waterfall into the pool it made below. The ceiling's sparkling. Takako pointed at the many blue lights above us. That was Takako. As the storm cloud drifted over the hole in the wall, the cave momentarily felt dark, making the lights stand out even more. They look like stars. I wish I brought my camera. I doubt we'll ever forget this, even without a picture. That was like the solar eclipse for me. Holy crap, that thing was amazing. We got out of the cave, and after traversing the woods again, we found ourselves on the beach we'd originally started out from. As I walked closely behind Takako, we left a trail of footprints that made it seem like some four-legged animal had been prowling along the beach. But the waves soon washed them away. Do you think the twilight looks so vivid because the air here is clear of pollution? I gazed at the violet sea and the marble net-colored sky streaming above it. The refreshing breeze blew to the west, leaving little wavelets in its wake. Takako raised both her arms as she stretched. I admittedly gazed at Takako's marmalade-colored back at the violet sea, while trying to hold down my hair in the wind. Takako's twin tails painted circles in the air as she turned her head. Her face lit up in joy as she spotted something and cheerfully trotted towards it. She seems like a very pleasant person. Like I can see why you would want to be friends with Takako. She could be a little crazy, maybe forgetful, a little sporadic, but in the end, she's like the person who will find joy in every situation. That sounds really cool. There was a tilted palm in the direction she was walking. An idyllic-looking tree with its roots stretching all across the green carpet around it. Its tilted trunk stretched all the way to the white sand, while the leaves shuddered in sync with the waves. Huh. Takako jumped into the trunk and began ascending it. The view is great from here! I wonder if it got tilted by the wind. The tree would shake with her every step as she balanced herself with outstretched arms. Don't come crying to me if you fall down. I got this. Oh, just as she said that, her sandal slipped, sending her face first into the sand below. Ouch. I fell. I can see that, you idiot. What were you going to do if you got hurt? I'm sorry. I handled Takako her sandal. She was patting the sand off her butt. Let's hurry back. Uh-oh. Yeah. Oh, so that's the first one. Let's hurry back. And she's like, oh, yeah. I took her hand and turned back to the direction we came from. Can't believe I have to keep babysitting you even in a place like this. Takako kept her eyes on the palm as we walked. Wasn't there a picture of a palm tree above a wash basin like in the place we used to live at? Was there? The horizon began taking on an indigo hue. Now that you mention it, I think there was some postcard there, yes. I keep imagining what the real thing would look like if I wash my face. So now that you've seen it, how do you feel? Nostalgic. I see. A white seafowl flew off in the distance towards the sea. It's an odd feeling being on an island that not a single other person lives on. If our boat doesn't show up tomorrow, the world will have 2 more missing persons cases. Didn't we watch a movie like that back in school? Ah, that brings back memories. Memories of abandonment? Potential abandonment? That'll be fine. Remind me, what did the protagonist eat to survive? Mainly crabs and clams before he crafted hunting equipment. Well, we did meet that pesky little crab earlier. I say we should find it and cook it for dinner. You think you could recognize it? Memorize its face. What kind of face does a crab have? One with the dim, uncomprehending eyes. That'd be like 50% of the population of Earth. Haha! Yeah, cheap jokes. That's what you come here for, right? The cheap jokes. I don't think you can tell them apart just with that. This place is full of fish and fruit, too. I bet we could live like queens if we really wanted. Being able to let our hair down in a place like this is nice from time to time, but it'd be the end of us in the moment we got sick or hurt. Yeah, you really wouldn't want to get sick here. And there's no bath around. I can build one for you. I hate cold water, so you'll have to collect firewood every day. Sure thing. Aw, very sweet. Now, let's see how YouTube friendly this is gonna get. I stepped onto the piece of coal scattered around the ground, crushing them into pieces before finally mixing them in with the sand. Having finished tidying up after dinner, I picked up the empty can and returned to our water cottage. From the wharf, it looks like a lighthouse shining atop a black sea. Its light extended along the water, sparkling in consort with the waves. I opened the door to see Takako cleaning the wire netting with a brush in the kitchen. Putting the can back in its place, I opened the curtains and lay down on the bed. I turned on my side, closed my eyes for a few seconds until the springs of the bed creaked. Aww. I felt Takako's breath, who seemed to have finished her cleaning, tickle my neck. Buckle up, everyone. A moment passed, and her lips pressed against it. Here we go. Jeez, like, oh gosh. Very forward. What's with this all of a sudden? You said we could do it when we got back. Good grief. Takako pulled me close to her, placing one of her hands on my breast while sneaking the other under my clothes, trailing it down along my belly. We can, if you insist, but are you sure we can dirty the sheets here? Oh gosh, oh, I guess that's true, but geez, oh, I suppose they'll clean. I suppose I mean, what else are people gonna do when they go here? I mean, seriously. And that's supposed to be insinuating splashing sounds. The waves. Oh gosh. I sat up, parted the curtain slightly, and stepped outside. Where are you going? Takako, who had been sleeping until now, reached out to me. I want some air. Wait for me. I turned away from Takako and stepped outside onto the terrace. I sat down, making myself comfortable on the wooden beach chair covered by a stripped cloth. Crossing my hands on my belly, I gazed up at the sky. The Milky Way stretched out before my eyes, beautiful enough to make me feel like I was looking at a photo album. Dang. I feel like it's been way too long since I've been able to go truly stargazing. It's one of my favorite things to do is just think about the vastness of the universe. And you know, it's funny because like we have so many problems we deal with like, I don't know, whatever you're facing in life, or geopolitical problems, wars, rumors of terrible things. And I feel like it's such a waste because the universe is so big and we're such a small part of it. Why do we find the time to hate each other so much? We've got so much more stuff to do. We have places to be. We have things to explore. We have knowledge to find. It's like, I wish we could just be content with trying to understand the vastness of our own universe. Enjoying crystal clear moments with friends and loved ones. Maybe our whole human race just need to take a big vacation and just figure out what we're actually trying to do here. Heck, even if we just think of our own problems, we've got starvation, we have like child slavery, we have human trafficking. Like, there's so many things we could be spending our time and energy on, trying to fix, trying to help, trying to outreach to, and yet we get so caught up in all these little mundanities. And the problem is that these are things that we can't do by ourselves. Even if you were, or I was, the richest person in the world, there's not much we can do. It's like these are problems that money's never going to solve. It's going to be up here in our minds. We have to fix them. These are the things I think about when I think about the universe, think about the Milky Way, think about our place in the scheme of things. I don't need any special like guidance. I don't need to be told I'm special or unique. I don't need to know that there's a place for me in this world. I like believing those things. I like believing there's a great plan to all of this and everything, but that's really just the niceties of it. The true reality of it is that we're very lucky to be in existence at all. To be able to even think about these types of things is such a boon, a blessing, such something that's worth living for, fighting for, striving for, and pushing life beyond the boundary of what we think is possible. I wish we could lay back, stretch our eyes up to the Milky Way, and really think about that more often. I wish we could. The stars littering the surface of the dark azure waves sparkled like like a collage of tiny gems. You're gonna catch a cold if you sleep it here. Takako sat down on the beach chair next to mine. I'll go back after watching this. Why don't you have a look too? I picked up the pamphlet, opening the page with a description of the constellations, and handed it to her. Ah, right. The sky's different than the southern hemisphere. Chameleon. Mensa. Octans. Apus. You can't see those four back home. These southern constellations sure have weird names. It seems like most southern constellations were named during the Age of Discovery. It was during the time the European sailors first arrived on these shores. So unlike the northern constellations that were usually named after ancient myths and legends, the southern ones were named after ship parts, scientific tools, and newly discovered animals. Over there! Takako pointed to a spot just east of the Centaurus constellation. There are many bright stars over there. Is that a constellation too? I think that's the Southern Cross. Ah, and the one on that's the one on the coins, right? Going clockwise from the bottom is the Southern Cross's Alpha Star, Beta Star, Gamma Star, and Delta Star. What's that in the middle? That's the Southern Cross Epsilon, I think. It looks pretty bright from right here. Kinda. The reason the Southern Cross is easy to spot is because its Alpha Star, Alpha Crucis, and its Beta Star, Mimosa, are among the 21 first magnitude stars in our sky. You sure know a lot about this stuff. Wow, choked up there a little bit. You sure know a lot about this stuff. It was all written on the pamphlet. Takako turned the pamphlet over and gave it a long, hard look. Incidentally, Alpha Crucis is 321 light years away from us, which is pretty darn close when it comes to cosmic standards. So its light comes from 300 years before we were born, huh? Takako picked up a glass from the table next to her and raised it to eye level. 300 years. She tilted the glass slightly. I regarded her for a few moments until she started to blush. Medic! I need help! It's too late. Might as well give up. Okay. If you know you won't be able to finish, don't even start. Well, it's just two of us here anyway, so nothing to be too self-conscious about. Just don't make a fool of yourself in front of people next time. Maybe an alien 321 years in the future will be watching. They would need one amazing telescope to achieve that. Well, you know what they say, even the walls have ears. A god might still have been watching us or something, right? Maybe. If we place this huge mirror on that star, will we be able to see this beach from 642 years ago? Perhaps. If you want to test that, how about trying with multiple mirrors and get an even better telescope? Ah, I see. As Takako fell in thought, silence returned to our tranquil abode. Although it was already too dark to see, I could hear the incessant sounds of waves brushing against the beach and the poles supporting our cottage. If I listened more carefully, I could also make out the cacophony of fauna and rustling of trees from the beach. Sachi? Sachi? I shifted my gaze back to Takako and found her looking directly at me. What? I don't have a mirror here, so just look in my eyes for a little. Anything? It's too dark to see. I'm not surprised. Your eyes are darker than the night itself. Yeah. Aww. That is really cute. I think I like this moment a lot better than the last one. That just looks awesome. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Wow, what's this about? Ooh. Rain, dark colors. Okay. I thought we were going to end there, but I'm going to go a little bit further to see what this is about real quick. I turned the handle to stop the rain. Several drops of water trailed down my body and fell into the bathroom floor. The faint afternoon glow filtered in through the small bathroom window, and met the steam inside, blanketing the room in a pale blue light. A rubber duck was floating in the half-filled bathtub I'd forgotten to unplug. After gazing at it for a few moments through half-shut eyes, I lifted a towel off the rack and left the bathroom while scrubbing my skin with the thing. Once I felt dry enough for comfort, I put on the underwear I'd left in the dryer. Ouch! I hit my shin against the box in the corner while drying my hair. I raised my hurt leg and proceeded to hop the rest of the way to one foot, kicking a roll of packing tape out of the way in the process. Out of the multiple boxes in the corridor, the one I collided with had yet to be fastened. Takako's sunflower-themed shirt stared back at me from inside. Apparently, a sky full of stars posted an announcement. I don't know why that's there. I opened the door at the end of the corridor upon entering the living room, turned to the left to the kitchen to peek into the fridge. After grabbing a bottle of barley tea from inside, I closed the fridge's doors. I took a glass cup from the cupboard, filled it with tea, gulped its contents down in a single breath. After refilling my cup and returning the bottle to the fridge, I continued to the living room with the glass in hand, where I picked up the remote from the table and flicked on the TV. I pulled out the makeup box and hair dryer from the cabinet and made myself comfortable on the sofa. Seems like an old morning routine. Began drying my hair, catching only short bits and pieces of what the news anchor on TV was saying. Finishing that, I changed into a pair of jeans and a colorful tunic before finally leaving the house. That'll be 300 yen. I placed the coins I'd prepared and waited in line with the rest into the tray. Thank you very much. The clerk took the basket while I picked up the paper bag. Okay, so I'm guessing we're back in Japan now. I think we're actually going to stop here for now. I don't know. Maybe it would have been better to stop right there, but it seemed very abrupt. And those little pans at the beginning were odd. Like I said, dark colors, umbrellas, creepy smile. Not sure what's going on. But that trip to France was fun. Ah, man, what a crazy trip this is. I'm really curious now to see what's going to happen, and I'm wondering, like, I'm guessing we're now in the future, and we're still seeing things from Sachiko's point of view, and she saw Takako's shirt in the apartment. No Takako yet, but seems like things are fine. Maybe they live together. I don't know. We'll have to find out. But anyway, thank you so much for being part of the channel. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure having you once again. I'm definitely very excited. I'm very happy I picked this one up. Despite the fact that it's definitely, like I said, it's not one of the highest budget ones we'll ever see. However, I can definitely tell there's a lot of love and attention being put into the storytelling of this one, which is I very much appreciate. So I will definitely continue. Obviously, going to continue this one. Can't wait to see how it ends. But most important is just remembering, that this is telling us the stories are meant to take us places where we've never been before. And I think this is a good one. Like, it feels very sincere from the heart, and I can I can resonate with that kind of story very easily. Hopefully you can too. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts about this type of trip? Also, have you ever been to the beach that's been described? I mean, obviously it's based on a real location. If you happen to have been there, I'd love to know, did they describe it accurately? I swear I've actually seen pictures of that place before. It seems very photogenic. Kind of like they were talking about earlier. So, I'll have to see. If anyone happen to be there, that'd be awesome. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being part of the channel. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. It's a pleasure having it. And until the next video you watch with me or whatever to see me in next, I'll see you there.